What's up, guys? Cameron Foose here with FooseAlerts.com. Another huge day here. FNMA. What a rip. You know, this is a perfect Foose 4 gold pattern. You know, a gold pattern is stock that's in a neutral trend, that's been trading under $1 for, you know, an extended period of time. And then it breaks out, hits that dollar area, and then forms typically another force pattern at that dollar spot. And that's exactly what happened here at FNMA. And we first initially started watching this right here on that first big spike. We had been watching this ride the 13 EMA. We got that nice big spike up. Actually, I had one failed trade. Looked like it was going to break out above 1. Right here, I got long 98 cents and ended up selling shortly after for a small loss as that this dropped about 20% off those highs there. It looked like it was about to break 1, but jumped the gun and I stopped out. But, you know, I didn't give up on the trade. The pattern was still forming up there, and as long as it triggered over 1, that was a huge breakout potential. So I actually got long again at 88 cents and continued adding and adding and adding all the way up to about 99 cents, and then again at $1 or $1.01 right here as this thing just ripped that $1 spot and just ripped all the way up to the 120 level. You know, I took a majority of my profits. I sold about 18,000 shares worth of FNMA in the 110s and the 1-teens, just locking in some profit, and then I went long again, 5,000 more shares in addition to the 10,000 I still had. So I was long 15,000 overnight. On FNMA, you know, this is a gold pattern day 1 of the breakout. There's definitely potential for this thing to continue up. You know, gold patterns, typically the target is $2 per share. A gold pattern can definitely run over 100% when it breaks out of these $1 levels. If you've watched the Foose 4 DVD and you saw all the illustrations of the gold patterns, when they break out above 1, sometimes it may take weeks before it gets there. Sometimes it gets there in a week. But, you know, it's going to be a very choppy and volatile ride up to $2 per share, but a lot of the times it does happen, and I definitely think FNMA has that potential. So, you know, I was long another 15,000 overnight. I took most of those profits. I'm still long 2,500 shares between FNMA and FMCC, which I alerted at 93 cents prior to this breaking out as well. FNMA and FMCC are the exact same pattern, but I've made about $10,000 on these 2 stocks trading these breakout patterns. I could have made a lot more. You know, I pretty much sold all my FMCC yesterday, and then this thing ripped up another 17%. I was long 10,000 shares from 93 cents, and I totally missed out on 17% today. So, you know, I was very quick to lock in the gains. I, you know, could have had a lot more gain, but, you know, I did totally rip FNMA on the swing. I'm still long 2,500 shares, you know, for my initial buys in around 88 cents. I definitely think there's potential for this to run up towards $2 per share. You know, I said I was going to keep 5,000 shares as long as this held the 13 EMA, but it's so hard to be patient, and I sold another 2,500 at $1.39. So now I'm just long 2,500 shares here, but I'm going to ride the 13 EMA out with those last 2,500 shares as long as a stock continues to ride the 13 EMA, as you see here on the daily chart with this yellow line. There's really no telling how high it may go after breaking out of a Foose 4 pattern. So I definitely still think that FNMA could reach $2 per share. As you can see today, it basically retested those highs from that last spike out here. So, you know, we could definitely see a dip from here and a consolidation, maybe a pullback down towards the 13 EMA before this continues up. So it's still definitely potential trades coming up here on FNMA, but we just got this first 2-day huge spike here. Where this ran, you know, about almost 70% from my buy prices in the 88 cent levels. So huge play there on FNMA. Definitely, you know, can't complain with that. GSAT was another winner for us today. This is up 7%. We got long, I was long 30,000 shares overnight, initially buying in on this breakout day about 36 cents. This was on the watch list before this even broke out, as well as FNMA was on the watch list before this broke out above $1 per share. So getting my watch list that I send out to my students every night is so important because you have to be prepared, and as well as I do these video lessons regularly saying, hey, check this out. You know, I was talking about FNMA right here, saying, you know, this is a gold pattern setting up. This is one of my top patterns to play. If it breaks out above 1, there is huge indications of this thing just absolutely ripping, potentially towards $2 per share. So we were just loading up and loading up and loading up on shares on FNMA. I was almost long about 25,000 shares, maybe, or I think almost 30,000 shares at my max point under 1. And then continue to take profits as this spiked up over the last 2 days. But it's very important that you're getting my watch list. In addition, it's very important that you understand the patterns that I'm talking about. You know, you can't just blindly follow someone on trading and expect to win. That's like, you know, having, you know, some professional race car driver hand me over a race car and tell me to keep up with them. You know, just because he gives me a race car doesn't mean I'm going to be able to drive that course just as fast as him and keep up whatsoever. I'm probably going to crash even though I have a race car, but I don't know how to drive it. So, you know, what I'm trying to say is you need to understand the patterns and, you know, understand the logic of trading to actually be successful. You can't just blindly follow a pro trader, just as I couldn't, you know, follow some professional race car driver just because I'm driving the same car as him. It's extremely important that you educate yourself. So definitely check out the FUS4 trader classes that I offer. You know, everyone loves them. You know, I just had 2 awesome comments the other day just saying, I just watched, you know, just the first half of FUS4 and wow, everything is making so much more sense to me now. So it's extremely important that you're educating yourself and understanding these patterns. Otherwise, I basically guarantee your failure. If you think you're just going to come in and click buttons and make money, that's not the way it works. But what else we got going here? SPU, this is another earnings winner that I'm still in from the 230s. It's looking like this could break out here above 247. This breaks, I definitely think we could see new highs. I have a smaller position because it was such a volatile stock, but I do like SPU. It did break out of that trend line, have the earnings momentum, and a lot of volume coming in here, so looking very good. MTG, this was a crazy stock. We got in here at 558. It ripped all the way up to the highs. I've been locking in profits all the way up into the 650s levels today. I still have 500 shares left for a swing, so still like MTG overall chart. PRKR. This is, you know, a very sketchy stock. I'm still long. Now I'm long. What am I long? 600 shares. I sold 4,000 shares on that spike when we ripped into the 450 to 460 level, and then added more today on this dip. But, you know, this is a beautiful force pattern breakout. We got that first initial push. It didn't get that much, you know, momentum going for it, but, you know, a force pattern, you know, once it breaks out, as long as it holds a 13 EMA as well as that breakout neckline, it's definitely going to have the potential to consolidate and continue up. I definitely think potential for this to go 5 or higher. This is the same exact pattern that I got freaking stopped at on GTN, which was a force pattern. You can see here this broke out right here. Everything's looking golden, and the next thing you know, we had 2 days of major selling. Coming back down below the breakout point, actually broke down the 13 EMA. I was still long here, took profits on that first day of the spike, and then tried to hold it in between here, and I think I sold right here because I was just a little bit sketched out, thinking the market might be flipping here, and I didn't want to lose my profit that I had on this position. But next thing you know, broke out of the flag and just absolutely ripped it up here and just finally broke down the 13 EMA today. But PRKR is the same situation. Got that first spike up, coming back down, retesting support, hoping to see this hold up and continue on up towards $5 to $6 per share. What else do we have here? CPRX is another one that's definitely, you know, a sketchy stock. It's a penny stock. You know, it's going to be very volatile. We first initially got in on this day right here, right on the 13 EMA, and then we ripped it for about 17%. I sold half my position, or about a third or fourth position, up at $1 per share, as that's obviously going to be resistance, as it's a whole number. We're coming back down now, hitting the 13 EMA support. If we can bounce off this level, I definitely think we can consolidate and potentially get a nice triangle pattern, just like FNMA with a dollar roll breakout. So definitely like CPRX overall chart. Obviously, the last 3 days have sucked because it's just been swallowing up all those profits that I had when we were spiking up towards 1. But I did dip by this back at about 90 cents or so. So I'm still long. What's my average fill? I still have 10,000 shares at 86.5 cents, so I'm still profitable on the position. Hoping to see this bounce off the 13 EMA indicated by this yellow line here, and then break back out above the dollar level here. What else we got? GERN. This thing is, not doing much, but it is a revival. It just broke the 50-day moving average again. If we can break out above this horizontal neckline here, definitely think we can see a continuation to the upside. So still on GERN. What else? So many stocks. I haven't had this many stocks in my portfolio in I don't know how long, but made about $13,000 in the last 2 days, so certainly cannot complain with these positions. FMCC pushing back up on highs, FNMA pushing back up on highs here as well. But anyways, that's about it, guys. If you're interested in trading stocks, definitely check out my subscription services. I run Foos TV every day, which is basically me talking like this and showing what positions I'm looking at as it happens. For the first 2 hours of every session, I'm explaining in real time, as well as calling out saying, hey, just bought this stock here for this reason. It's a Foos forward pattern, blah, 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 as well for my sells. Also, after that, I'm in chat all day with real-time alerts via text message, email, and in chat with our audible alerts. But anyways, if you want to know more about it, if you want to get daily video lessons for the rundown of potential trades, also reviews of the trades that we are in and how or why I got in and out of those trades, definitely come check it out, foosalerts.com. Also, as I said before, education is your key to success. You're not going to be successful unless you actually study this stuff and learn this inside out. I've seen so many people fail because they don't know what the hell they're doing. I wasted 2 years of my life trading stocks, really not knowing what the hell I was doing. So if you want to waste 2 years of your life and lose about $50,000 in the process, like I did, learning this stuff out for myself, be my guest. But if you want to take a shortcut, learn from somebody that's been through all the mess, been through all the misery of losing for years, and actually has a strategy that has been working for the past 6 or so, definitely check out the Foos for Day Trader class and also my subscription services. Anyways, great day today, guys. Tongue twister there, but have a good one, and I'll see you next time.